It's the Dale Wheatley Show.
No, it's not the Dale Wheatley Show.
Welcome to the Dale Wheatley Show.
No, it is not the Dale Wheatley Show. Stop that.
It's kind of the Dale Wheatley Show.
It's not the Dale Wheatley Show. That's why it's called It's Not the Dale Wheatley Show, because it's not the Dale Wheatley Show.
But you're here. It's your show. What else would you call that?
No, it's your show. It's your show.
I mean, it's true. It's true. Sonny and Cher had his name first. So you're like Sonny and I'm like, obviously.
Cher. Yeah. We gotta get you some
The
hot
multi-hyphenate talented Cher.
Yes, multi-hyphenate. Delicate is here. Our scientist is here.
How's it feel to be back?
Archival Raccoon is here. It's so good to see you guys. What's going on? So this is the rebrand, and it's probably very unexciting for some people. Probably for everybody. Mm-hmm. But
they were probably expecting a little set design.
And we had a little, we had like some arguments about it, like friendly arguments, not like domestic violent arguments, just like
I threw one plate.
Yeah, one plate. Poor dog. But just like we had some arguments because we wanted to have a name that we feel like just could cover anything. Like you say, you want to talk about Bigfoot.
I do, always.
And so now we can. We can talk about Bigfoot. We can talk about politics.
I put that on my badge instead of my name whenever I go to a place where, you need name tags and you meet people.
Archivals, where are the cryptids? Sorry.
Ask me about Bigfoot.
Yeah.
You don't need to know my name, but this is what you need to know about me.
Little Black Cat is here. Say hi to Little Black Cat.
It's so nice to see everybody.
I'm going to be anointing. I'm still going to be anointing moderators because I am planning on being successful. I just decided I'm going to be successful.
Your name is going to be in lights.
It's going to be in lights. No, I just think that this podcast is fun. I think that we have a great group of people who hang out with us, and I know that it can get larger and more fun. Mm-hmm. Welcome back. How was your time away? You don't look a bit different.
I know. I actually was.
You haven't aged a bit.
I was planning on I could probably lose 5 pounds, and it's summertime and I hate exercising in the summer because it's the most disgusting thing ever.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what? That's a good deadline, before we go back onto YouTube.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a really good deadline. I could achieve this. I did nothing.
Yeah.
I did absolutely nothing.
I think I bought 4 tubs of
ice cream.
Of ice cream.
Yeah. I know.
Jacqueline is here and Happiness in Your Life is here, which by the way, Happiness in Your Life will be on the show in a couple of weeks.
That's super fun.
Yeah. So we're going to do an interview where we're setting it all up right now.
It's going to be really great.
I think that it's almost like a dubious distinction for Happiness in Your Life to be our first interview because I'm going to screw it up 100 ways. So thank you for...
That's why we're enlisting a friend to do it.
We're enlisting a friend.
Yeah. To be the guinea pig.
I'm excited though. She has her books sound absolutely amazing. She's amazing. She's such a great
I also have so many
friend.
questions about the process and how difficult or easy it may be. I want to learn about making a book series, like a nonfiction self-help book series.
Yeah.
I think that's super cool that she did that. And I think it's just you're an independent publisher.
Yep.
Independent published author. Is that what you call it?
Yeah, self-published.
You're one. She's one.
You call them self-published authors.
I just feel like it would.
But it's weird because there's like a that comes with what do you call it, I don't know, stigma. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because people are like, well, if you haven't been published by a publishing company, then you must be garbage.
Yeah, you had to self-publish.
Right. Oh yeah, that you had to self-publish means that you're not very good. Right.
And look, I've definitely sold more books
ridiculous.
than most published authors according to the stats. And I got paid 3 times the amount that the split normally is. And the advances are typically garbage. So I don't feel like I did anything wrong. And I don't even think the book has yet to, I don't think we have scratched the surface with the book yet. So I'm excited about that as well.
Also, the publishing companies don't necessarily choose for quality anyway. It's like if you make a quality book, it's not like they're just going to publish it because you want them to.
No, it's true.
So there's a ton of really, really wonderful quality books that just are never going to get chosen by the publishing companies, but they should exist out in the marketplace.
I think the only chance I had would have been HarperCollins on a major publishing level because they get into the,
the tell-alls,
the tea,
the Hollywood
they
tell-alls.
drink the tea over there. But I never even tried. I was like, nah, why?
Right, because they don't even promote your book for you. I mean, aside from putting it in the bookstores, but they basically, and I didn't know this until you were publishing, but they don't actually fund any of your marketing. You have to do your own.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's just
So
doesn't seem like much of
I
a.
do want to give you guys a little bit some updates because there are some changes. There are subtle changes, but you might notice them. So we're now recording this and we're going to do going to do a little introduction for everyone who might be joining us on these other platforms. But this we're going to do our lives here on YouTube, and then I'll be editing those into podcasts that I'll distribute to all the normal podcast distribution platforms like Spotify, Amazon, and Apple, for example. Those are sort of the three majors,
Yeah.
The podcasts are going to be released on the main channel. So if you want to rewatch it or watch a tighter version of it or, a propagandized version of it. But first I'll drink some water because Angela says my voice is turning into trash. I don't know what it is, man. My voice has been pristine the whole time.
It's sexy.
I haven't even had an opportunity.
You got the sexy gravelly voice.
We're on for
You're like Kathleen Turner.
fucking 9 minutes and my throat's gone.
It's hot.
I think I'm just honestly, I hadn't been nervous doing a live in
You're like
forever.
Jessica Rabbit.
I hadn't been nervous, in forever. We're both having separate conversations. But I was nervous today.
You were nervous.
Genuinely nervous. Like I was pacing.
You've been doing this for like 2 years.
I was pacing. I was like, I'm going to say everything wrong. I had these like plans. I'm like, Dale, you have to introduce yourself to the people at Apple and at Spotify.
You don't actually.
You don't?
You could just do your thing and then people will be curious. They'll look you up. That's what most people do. They just
So I
sort
should
of.
say Google me? Google me.
Yeah,
You have to Google me to know me.
When you edit this, we should like actually record like an ad break for your book.
Yeah.
We should just advertise like random household items. Like our fan that we like so much.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's not actually that funny.
It's kind of funny.
But we could just find ridiculous things to record ad breaks for. So people are like, hey, they're really good at those ad breaks. Maybe we should pay them to do that.
Well, that's all numbers. It's just all about people. And that's the other thing, if you guys can help us by, shout outs and shares and all that other stuff, that'd be great. But here's what, and this is not the stuff that'll make the podcast, which is fun because we get to have these conversations because we've been hanging out with these people for so long. But we were
I'm amazed by that, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful.
Yeah, it's fun.
And I don't understand
We're
it.
the ones who make it so fun. And, the way the algorithm works, or at least what I've learned of it, is that I gotta always like find a way to compromise my soul to try and attract some people. And what I wasn't able to do because we were just creating too much content. I mean, we created over 650 hours worth of content last year alone, and that's just a lot. Mm-hmm. And to try and cut that and have that responsibility on top of everything else that I'm doing, I'm about to start a new screenplay, so I needed the opportunity to be able to create space in between or hire an editor. So I'd hoped, kind of just threw, my dreams into the wind and hoped that somebody would hear and we'd have, 25, 30,000 followers by now and the ability to take whatever revenue that generates and turn it into an editor and have sort of expand the team and all this other stuff. But that didn't happen. And so I'm going to be the editor. And so it's exciting. Because we're instead of trying to like create these stupid freaking, and I think we'll grow. I really do. And again, hopefully with your help, but I think we'll grow by just going out into the main channel and going out through these other podcast groups and giving them all the opportunity to join us live when we record every Monday and Thursday.
Ta-da.
See how I dropped that in there?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to do 2 days a week now, which is kind of sad because I did like doing the daily content.
I know, me too.
And I liked doing the 3-day-a-week content. But I
there's
can't fit it in my schedule.
There's just no way to grow a channel if you're not putting out shorts and edits of
That's
things.
right. I have to work on the
it's just
material.
like there's just no time because we don't have any help. So we're just until you're a big, rich, famous guy.
Yeah, I know.
Then you can hire some help.
I don't want to be famous, though. I was listening to the Ava brothers, who I love, and they've
How you used to live.
No, to say that is a lie. I love them. Uh-huh. I love them. If Scott Avett walked in here, I would be like, you don't know me, but I'm going to hug you. Like deeply. No, I love them, but their latest records are not spinning so well for me these days.
No, it's like they write lyrics for kids songs. It's like
Well, they're also like,
kid song music.
they're very reflective artists.
And
So
I
they're,
think the problem is that some of these artists actually have kids, and so they're made to listen
Well, there's some
to
of
kids
that
music,
going on.
and then they start writing kids music.
but where I was going was that Scott Avett wrote this lyric saying, like he was talking about people and their goals in the song or something, and like people reaching for their goals or whatever. And he says, or maybe he's talking to a kid. There you go, possible.
See what I mean?
But he said, or God forbid, become famous, like as a goal.
As a goal.
Yeah, like I don't want to be famous. I really don't. I just want, like, when I say small, I know that, like, when I say small, I say a couple 100,000 like followers or downloads or whatever.
It's true what you
would
say
be
about,
obviously wildly successful, but would also be like completely under the radar.
it's true what you say about people who aspire to be famous.
Yeah.
I've always heard that from people. They say it so confidently, like not without without letting people reflect back to them any criticism whatsoever. They'll just like state it, like as if that's a great aspiration. Like I want to be famous.
Yeah.
But I've always just been like, that says more about you than I think that you mean to.
You don't know what you're revealing, do you?
Like that's actually not so great, bud.
It's a totally weird thing. Fame used to be a consequence.
Yes, I know.
Then it became a
That's the thing.
desire because adoration is amazing, right? Like to be adored, but there's a fallacy to it, right? It's a fickle, superficial love, right? It's not like the love we have, the love and bond you can form with people like we're doing here on this live, where we're hanging out a lot and, you know, and intertwining our personalities, right?
Yeah.
So that adoration and love is, you know, superficial, and
It's also like obviously people who want to be famous,
Yeah.
who are actually like in the business of becoming famous, and they're doing things that are, acquiring fame for them. Like they recognize they recognize that having a really important reputation and being famous is really good because you can always like parlay your image into new contracts and get endorsements and do all of this. Like you can just be everywhere if you want to be and make a ton of money. But when you're talking about like kids or teens or young adults who like haven't experienced anything like that and they just want to be famous, what they're doing is they're trying to, it just seems like a very a very fragile ego situation. I don't know. I've always just been very concerned about people who have that as an aspiration. I'm like, I don't know that you I hope you fix that. Basically.
well,
I hope you feel better.
or you learn enough about it to know that you're like you're asking to drink acid,
Yeah.
you know. But anyway, that just for the clarity of the show, you know, we're going to be out on these new platforms. We're very excited about it. We're going to be building the show organically. I'm not going to be writing a bunch of crazy like.
Dale, can we just continue on this conversation instead of going back and back and back and back to that? Do you think?
Yes,
You
dear.
knew a bunch of famous people.
I did
Yeah. While they were famous? Or
Yes.
while they were aspiring to be famous?
both.
And so what was your experience as like a peripheral viewer of this weird
Of fame.
of fame?
Yeah, I mean, I think I watched it have its sort of upsides and downsides. You know, like it's definitely got an upside. I mean, I watched, you know, as Leonardo DiCaprio just made nothing but money, and but I also was with him when he felt threatened by the maniacal behavior of somebody,
Oh, like literally physically threatened.
like physically threatened, yeah,
Yeah.
by a girl who was like about to pull some hair out of one of them. I don't know, either her own or his. I don't know, but she lost her shit, you know, and he was genuinely afraid.
Yeah.
To the point where we literally
that
surrounded him and took him to the car.
That seems super scary.
So, you know, there's the upside and the downside of it. I've seen it all. But you know, certainly fame is like probably similar to dollars in the billionaire, you know, the oligarchical sort of fucking circles where it's, you know, it's a status, you know,
Yeah,
it's a
that's-
score in the game.
I mean, I think that's why, like, when you're in the business of being a creative and you're working like this, that's your career. I understand why those people want to be famous because that gives you more opportunities.
Yeah.
But aspiring to be famous from the start doesn't seem like, it seems like pathological.
Agreed.
I really like your how you described your peripheral like observation of fame and those dynamics in your book. I really appreciated that because I lived in LA for 20 years and I, you know, when you live in a place where all these celebrities live, you see them every now and then. You see
Yeah.
how they interact with people. So I've been in a restaurant and seen like somebody who's famous at the other table, and everybody sort of understands the code in Los Angeles that you just don't bother celebrities. Like you just they're just normal. They're just your neighbors. Like you don't bother them.
Yeah.
But every now and then they'll get bothered by somebody and you have to, and of course everybody watches how they deal with it. And then like that, Tim Allen walked into the coffee shop where I was working, and he like cut this whole long line. The line was all the way out through the door, and Tim Allen just like walked all the way through, past the line, and like straight up to my counter and tried to order a coffee. And I was like, "What's up, Tim Allen? You are gonna have to stay. You're gonna have to wait in that line with everybody else." Like, I'm sorry, Tim Allen, you're not gonna get special treatment at a fucking coffee shop when all my regulars are watching me right now. Like, I'm not gonna offend every one of them until I make Tim Allen a drink.
Back of the line, buddy. You got legs, you can stand on them.
Yeah,
like everybody else.
Of course, it was Tim Allen
preferential
too.
treatment is obviously something that they.
Of course, it was Tim Allen too, so the choice was kind of easy.
Indeed.
So I brought a bunch of stories today that I did not share with you. But over the time that we were away, we watched Obsession. Did you want to continue giving tiny pineapples, or were we doing stars like every other schmo?
Yeah, let's do stars.
What?
Well, because tiny
like
pineapples
every
is
other
so
schmo.
inside. It's so inside, though.
I that wasn't a question.
Oh. Tiny pineapples it is. If you want to know why it's tiny pineapples, read my book, Too Real a Hollywood Memoir. There you go. There's the plug.
So what did you think about the movie Obsession? We're watching it so late, like we're so late to the game because it finally hit streaming, so we got to see it.
So we're going to talk about Obsession. Okay. Yeah. What did I think about it? Well, I thought it was a damn good ride. It was a great ride. I had a great time.
Mm-hmm. The whole way through?
No, the first 20 minutes were kind of hard. The first 20 minutes, I was like, when do we get to the part where you become the most, successful movie that ever happened, especially for budgets under $1 million? But then, it kicked in and look, there's a certain amount of, okay, how do I put this and not sound like my age? You know what I mean?
Sound like your age.
I don't think that people are being exposed to great storytelling, and great characters in the same way that we were. I think that a lot of it has been dumbed down because as time has passed, we've become better at statistics, and statistics win out in the marketing meetings when they start developing these stories and these screenplays. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So in yet another movie that is so massively popular, I found like there to be a genuine lack of any like actual humanity going on. So the theatrics were spot on, like throughout. Maybe, like I said, the first 20 minutes or whatever weren't great for me. But the theatrics otherwise were great. I mean, the theatrics were kick-ass. I think the filmmaker has...
What do you mean by theatrics?
Like the, theatrics,
Like the horror tropes? Like, what do you
It could be that. It could be just, the interactions between two people. I call those theatrics when there's nothing really genuine happening, but there's enough banter back and forth that I'm allowed to feel entertained, or I'm persuaded to feel entertained. Does that make sense? So I call those theatrics compared to, where there's like deep, meaningful, subtextually rich, engrossing, dialogue and interaction. Mm-hmm. Right, where character is being developed, where plot is being twisted and churned, and so on and so forth. This is the stuff I crave, really. I crave doing it, but even more, I crave seeing it and experiencing it for the first time. It's the fucking romance of it all, right there. And so in this movie, I felt like it sorely lacked in anything that had a grip on me at those depths and levels. However, the theatrics, spot on. I had a great time. It was a great ride. What's her name?
Her name in the movie is Nikki, but she's played by Indy Navarrete.
So
I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right.
Indy Navarrete was brilliant. Her career is obviously huge right now because she's very competent. She carried the movie.
Yeah, I genuinely want to see her in everything.
Correct. She genuinely, you got me on the genuinely. She's the movie, the whole movie.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think like if there's another cast member in there that they're going to pull off something in the same way that like Heath Ledger completely redefined the Joker, and where it was like, because if you look at Joaquin's Joker, it's laden with the influences of what Heath Ledger did. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. Well, I think that I used to date a guy that was really into comic books, but so I kind of don't know everything myself. But I've heard that there was a divergence where all of the Gotham City stories were it was there was like a comic book series of Arkham Asylum,
Yeah.
and so those more recent Jokers were sort of more they were more of a departure from the old Jokers that we're used to because
Yeah.
they sort of went into the Arkham Asylum comic book series.
Yeah, yeah.
That's as much as I know about it. But apparently it's like much darker, much more psychological. Like he's a psychotic
Yeah,
rather
my
than
brother
just
used
like
to
a
be
trickster.
deep into this stuff, and
Yeah.
so I kind of knew a little bit about it in that
Sounds
way.
way cooler.
It is. It's the it was a transformation. It adultified everything, right? Because
Yeah.
they recognized that their fan base had aged, and they were like, "Oh, if we just put out the old leotard guy, this ain't gonna work as well. We got to get serious."
Right, the
now.
Jim Carrey Joker. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Oh no, he played the Riddler.
He played the
That's
Riddler.
totally
It was actually Jack Nicholson who's
Yeah.
originated the feature film role.
Wow, I'm really out of my depth with this conversation. I wish I knew more about it.
She was amazing. We're on Obsession, and she was
Yes.
amazing. I thought that she was the reason why the movie is what it is today. And and I feel for people who were connected to that movie and who made no money because, there's a big debate about this movie, right? That's out there. So first of all, Tiny Pineapples, let's do that real quick, right? I'm going to give it 4. I'm going to give it 4 Tiny Pineapples.
Obsession wins 4 tiny pineapples from Dale.
Yeah, it gets 4 because it gets a full deduction for a lack of depth of humanity. Like the characters were very superficial, the story was very superficial, everything was very superficial, and facilitated everything that he did so great, which was the theatrics. I love that it was all practical, and the filmmaking was really good. It was good. A lot of people I've noticed are being critical of the filmmaking, and I just don't think they understand that. He put together a well-paced movie, and that's 90% of the battle, especially when you're dealing with an extremely low budget. I hope we're still connected to chat.
Everyone's
like,
there's nothing to say.
you're so June, bro. Like you're June. We're August and you're June.
I know.
Anyway.
I also give the movie, I think I'd give it 4.5 tiny pineapples. I think that all of my tiny pineapples are awarded for technical effort and the acting. I think like the whole time I was like, oh man, that lighting is so good. Oh man, like that color work was really amazing throughout the whole thing. They did these really great plays with the darkness that I haven't seen in a really long time. Like I thought they did that really well in 80s and 90s horror movies, but they kind of dropped off, and now everything is colored terribly. But I thought that in Obsession, the director and the cinematographer really fucking nailed it and made it super. They do a lot of play with darkness.
They showed off real well, and obviously the success is unprecedented. It's so weird, like this guy might have peaked on his first movie. You know what I mean?
I know. That's fine. Whatever.
Well, it is what it is. And maybe not. Maybe he's
everybody's gonna see the next one.
Fucking Nolan, or
everyone's gonna see the next one, so maybe it'll be awesome. But I feel like there's like a demerit for like you know how you said that you like the practical effects? Well, some of them failed, and I just thought that it was it was like
some of them felt bad.
I like notice stuff like this, and I hate that I notice stuff like this, but I can't help it.
Some of it was hard not to
when,
notice.
Like, I'm not gonna spoil it in case you haven't seen it. This movie's awesome, so you should. But there's one part where somebody breaks car glass and it breaks like window glass, and I noticed it and I was like, damn, that's not how that works. And it's just so stupid.
No, it shattered like you shatter a glass.
It's such a stupid thing to, obviously with that budget, like of course you have to find breakable glass however you can find it.
It got me too. Like that moment got me too. Like I was separated from the moment because I was like, that's not how that works.
It's stupid. I hate that I do that, but
yeah.
There's
well, especially with a budget of $1 million, you know what I mean? Like, who's got the money?
People are associating Obsession with the like men who try to control women and keep them from having any sort of autonomy. That this is obviously just that exact same scenario taken to an extreme.
Yeah.
Like when men won't allow the object of their affection to have any autonomy or any choice in the matter.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it comes back and blows back on him.
Yeah.
It's like basically like the story of an incel's dream, but it's like the monkey's paw, Mm-hmm. I don't know. I just thought the whole thing was really nailed it. I just love it.
Yeah, congratulations
to
them, man. I mean, for a movie under $1 million, I think it passed them all. I think it's the biggest of them all. So it's the new sort of king of of independent, you know, and that movie, by the way, went to a film festival and got acquired for 15 million. They made it for $750,000, which is like, it just like it's embarrassing to anybody who's ever made a movie for under $1 million. Put your hands up. I have. And like, I mean, I just feel like such a fucking, like, I mean, I had like an inferiority complex immediately when I just heard about his success. I was like, fuck, I can't even, fuck. You know, it was so huge.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
I wanted to share this one with you. This is from Letterboxd. This is Matt Lynch. He says,
Yeah.
they're comparing this, like they say it would make a good double feature with the movie The Drama, which we have to see.
Oh.
It appears that this year is a banner one for thinly disguised rom-coms about feckless men unable to deal with the interiority or agency of the women upon which they fixate. He said it was an extremely funny movie. I just love that.
Well, it was funny. I think that's the other thing that I think he balanced really well, actually.
Yeah.
Because I think he was able to get the humor. Yeah, it's a mark of talent when you can kind of put those two things together and not have them separate, like, you know, oil and water, you know, like there's just, it was beautifully blended. The humor was beautifully blended into what was otherwise like at times terrifying and creepy. And
I agree with this guy's 4.5 stars too. So he says, so much to love here, but I think I appreciate so much that the tension that suffocates almost every minute of the movie isn't found in lazy parlor tricks that modern horror has grown to rely on, but rather it's rooted in the fundamentals. Tightly edited, effective lighting, playful blocking, patient storytelling.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that, you know, again, it's a more eloquent way of talking about the pacing, but I think that, you know, there's this filmmaker and this team of filmmakers, they're bringing a lot to the table in terms of like being able to orchestrate and architect a ride, you know, and that's what it's all about, right? Like whether it's a song or a poem or a fucking book, it doesn't matter what it is. We just want to kind of go from where we are to where they want us to be. And we want to be taken the whole way. We don't want to have to get out of the car and pump up the tire or change the tire. We just want to go on the ride. And I think that where a lot of movie songs and everything else are kind of, you know, falling off, and maybe they always have, those that, you know, kind of fall short are the ones that kind of make us kind of have to work too much to stay on the ride.
That was by the way, I was reading that was Joe A. I should credit him because I like these people that contribute to Letterboxd.
What's up, Joe?
I just
Thanks, man.
I agree with this so much because horror movies that they're making now that are, I don't know. Do you remember the movie Barbarian? It was a big deal. Everybody loved it. It's
Yeah,
the
I
one
saw
with
it.
the basement.
Isn't that with Carradine or no? Who's
No,
that?
no. It's a recent horror movie. It has Justin Long in it, where he's got the Airbnb,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
there's like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
basement.
Yeah, we saw it.
So the gimmicks in that horror movie and a bunch of other horror movies, well, they'll do like creature design, but the creature design just amounts to an old woman who's
Yeah.
naked,
Yeah.
and like runs at the character really fast. It seems like there's a ton of that kind of shit in horror movies now, and I just really love that. First of all, I have issues with the fact that the only scary thing about the monster in that movie is that it's an old woman who's naked. I was like, wow, are we doing that? Like, really? We're like turning old, like elderly women into monsters? Like, it says a lot, but, you know?
Well,
What I really
we've
love
been doing
is,
that for a long time. Remember Poltergeist 2 or whatever?
yes,
You know?
but the
You're
thing
gonna die!
but
You're all gonna die! I mean, who was not terrified?
yes, but it wasn't a naked old woman who's like, the terrifying thing about her was her body, her natural, you know, body. Just,
Stepping up the horror.
it's weird.
Stepping up the horror.
It just says so much. But what I love about Obsession
Speaking
is
of
that
old ladies, did you hear that there's like a...
no, don't speaking up.
No,
I'm in the
there's
middle of this.
There's like a 85-year-old actress who's going on to OnlyFans.
Cool. Can I just keep saying?
Yeah, but just keep that in mind.
The thing I love about Obsession is that it's the woman is the scary thing again, like on all the witches and the folklore of the, you know, like old hags and shit like that.
Yeah, what was the one we just loved?
But the woman who's scary is just a young, beautiful woman who's very fucking angry. And she's been manipulated and she's been stripped of her agency, and her anger is extremely destructive and super scary. And I was like, yes, girl. The whole time. I was like, show him.
Yeah. That's great.
You can't get away with that, actually.
Good movie, man. Good movie.
Okay, so you wanted to talk about OnlyFans? Is that what we're doing?
Well, who doesn't, first of all?
First of all.
Yeah, so what's her name? Her name is Mills. Donna Mills? I don't know who she is. She's like, they're showing some old pictures of her.
She was like a Playboy model or what?
No, she wasn't Playboy. No. She was like a siren of some kind. and she is
She's an actor.
an actor. She's an actor.
What's her name?
I think it's Donna Mills.
Donna. I mean, just Donna is such an old name. They don't name kids Donna anymore.
Oh, Donna.
Oh, she's a fox.
Yeah, well, of course she's getting an OnlyFans, bro.
Yeah, that's cool.
She's
She was born in
85.
1940.
She's born in 1940.
She's on OnlyFans.
She is older than my father.
Hey, good for her.
So I don't know. You say that, but do you think it's voluntary? Like, do you think she's like,
Oh my God, are you saying this is like elder abuse?
Donna Mills joins OnlyFans. I've got 85 reasons you'll want a naughty peek, she says. Or no, that's what the title says.
Do you think somebody's
iconic blonde bombshell Donna Mills is joining OnlyFans at 85, and she's confident that the risque is worth the reward. The reward.
Oh,
The film and TV star tells TMZ that her fans have been loyal and supportive throughout the years, and now she's going to share a little something back with them. Is she now? All for free, I'm sure. Donna's working with Creators Inc. and CEO Andy Backman. Donna has always been fearless and ahead of her time. She's like, 85-year-old porn is the future. It's the future. We're going into the future of porn.
ahead of her time.
It's,
Ahead of everyone's time, evidently.
wow. She's like, so she's very excited about it. I just had this terrible feeling that it's more like people around her saying,
I see now why you wanted to segue from this from me talking about how the director of Barbarian likes to turn his movies. All the monsters in his horror movies are old women.
Yeah,
you're like,
you made the segue. I didn't make the segue. You did. You
Do you see what I mean? It's like, why? It's like if we're gonna objectify and exploit
it's like
women,
OnlyFans is getting into the horror business.
It's just so cruel how people turn on them.
On OnlyFans or
on women. Like
on
Donna
women.
Mills used to be like eye candy, and now everybody thinks it's horrific that she's still eye candy.
Well, I don't know. I'm assuming that some people are going to be subscribing to her because they don't think it's. I'm just wondering if it's exploitive. Did you ever see that? I think it was like Richie Valli. I don't know who it was. There's some like old like 50s success story who is like they roll him out onto the fucking stage, man. And this guy's standing there like the mic is shaking and he's in like some glitter jacket from 1955.
Who is it? I remember who.
And it's just it reeks of exploitation, like that his family or the agents or whatever it is.
It's not Richie Valens. Richie Valens is deceased.
Yeah, he's dead. He died a long time ago.
Who is he?
God. I hate that I don't know his name. I can see him. Anyway, he was a big shot back in the day. And yeah, he's doing some like, some fucking off the strip.
Frankie Valli.
Frankie Valli.
That's his name.
Is that it?
Frankie Valli is 92 years old.
And I don't know if they're still doing it, but like 5 years ago or whatever it was. And I'm saying 5 years ago.
And they like strap on some like leg supports.
It was fucked up. This guy's like shaking.
Yeah.
He can't really sing. He's
like a
out
mannequin.
of breath, half the time.
So yeah,
crazy.
people have been ringing the alarms about this one. They're like, this is elder abuse.
Sam David Jr. is like Frankie Valli from the Four Tops. Like,
Yeah.
dude, you're busting it out right now.
Yeah,
I didn't know that Four Tops.
they're still making him perform in Vegas, like instead of just letting him lie down in a bed where he belongs.
It is sad. No. The Four Tops they're black dudes. This guy's white.
Frankie Valli may have let's see, what was his group? Frankie Valli, fucking.
No, this guy. This is the right guy. Frankie Valli. Yeah, that's the guy. He's 92.
What was his group though? I can't remember.
Frankie Valli, and let me see. Frankie Valli, born in San Francisco, he's got a big long Italian name.
Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons.
And the Four Seasons. Yeah, that's the guy.
But was that his old group?
So yeah, you can go see these videos because they're out there. Like, there's like all this like, is this man being exploited for money? Like, is that what's going on?
It's crazy. He's skeletal.
Anyway, all the best to Donna Mills. I hope she's a absolute raging success. Yeah, it's such a weird thing to fucking read though. You're just like, 85. I mean, 80. Like you're 70, like Betty White. Like when Betty White. Do you ever see the Golden Girls?
Yes.
Yeah, like they were like in their 40s.
It's true.
They were like in their late 40s.
No, I know every now and then somebody talks about how all of the actors in Cocoon were like in their 40s.
I know. It's just fucking, everyone's like, man, Betty White. I mean, I felt like she's been old for a long, long time because they made her look old. And
Yeah.
they made her, they were in like their 40s.
It's really funny.
So, but if you're like 60s or whatever, and I'm not saying there should be a limit, but 85?
Well, listen, I think that if you're on OnlyFans, you just like in anything, you kind of want to find your niche, right? And so certainly there's people who are like horny for older people. That's a niche.
It is, I think, yeah.
That's a sex worker niche.
I've heard the words granny porn before.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So no, she's got all those people.
I remember when the
when
the internet started, there was like, how when the internet started, they would like,
I was there.
You would get these emails. No, you get these emails and you don't know what you're clicking on. And it's something just so utterly horrific. Do you remember that?
I don't.
You don't remember this?
No, I think that only happened to dudes who visited porn sites.
No. This was like from your friend. This would be like, yo, dude, check this out. And you're like, okay. Oh. And you click on it.
Yeah, I didn't have those friends.
And there was this one called the Lemon Party. Don't look it up. You've heard like whatever.
Are you going to tell me what
Two Girls in One Cup, I think it's called. I never saw it, but it's.
Yeah, but everybody knows what that is.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is like that, like the Lemon Party or whatever. So I guess
give them these innocent names just to trick you.
The Lemon Party. Well, that's what they were doing. Exactly that. You'd get this thing, hey, check it out. Oh, the Lemon Party. Oh, what could a party with lemons? What could be wrong about a party with lemons?
Nothing.
Click on it.
That's good American fun right there.
And it's all a bunch of granddaddies.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
It's a bunch of old men having a circle jerk.
Ew.
Horrifying. Absolutely cannot see it. Unsee it.
Good for them.
I'm not saying I'm having fun. I just don't want to watch.
Enjoy your retirement.
For sure.
As long as the adult
Party
children
on,
are away.
Dude, if I have a libido when I'm anywhere near their ages, I'll be clicking my heels. I'll be like winking at everybody and saying, how's your day going?
What a bummer, though. Think about Donna Mills just joined OnlyFans as an 85-year-old content creator. Just think about how sad of a day that was for all of the other 85-year-old content creators on OnlyFans.
They're like,
oh, God damn it. I lost 400 subscribers that day.
Yeah. All right. What else you got?
So much.
You got so much?
Yes. Well, I don't know if you noticed while we were gone, but Lindsey Graham died.
No, I did.
Oddly, just straight up, like by surprise, just decided to up and die.
It was oddly a very good day for me, and I'm not saying I was having a good day because he upped and died. I'm just saying that on the day he died, I was like feeling particularly jovial. I was like, how about those two things coming together at once?
I know. It was so strange too. It was like such a surprise move because we were all focused on Mitch McConnell being cast as the new crypt keeper in the Creepshow series.
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh, the host of the show is actually truly dead, and we all know he's dead, but we're pretending like he can still host the show.
Yeah, it's.
Did you ever watch Creepshow?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. That's my joke.
It's more of a Weekend at Bernie's thing. I mean, they're propping the fucking guy up, pretending he's alive.
But everybody knows he's dead, just like the Crypt Keeper. But he keeps hosting the show.
Yeah, but he's embodied.
The Crypt Keeper?
Yeah, like he can pick up the phone.
Yeah.
And talk to the governor of Kentucky.
Yes, the Crypt Keeper.
He could be like, what? What do you want? Of course I'm fucking here. Don't try to give away my seat, you little freak.
Of course I'm here in the crypt.
In the crypt.
Where I belong. Okay, next thing. Oh, do you remember how... You know how we love Brian Cox on this show? This is a Brian Cox fan appreciation show.
Yeah, we love him.
Yeah, Brian Cox is darling and delightful.
Ever since he played Hannibal and before that.
Yeah, he was a really good Hannibal.
He was.
I think he was the best part of that movie. That was Michael Mann's Mindhunter? No,
yes.
what was it called?
Mindhunters? Mind.
You know, Michael Mann, the guy who lights. He always has the sun pointed sideways in every single scene. Manhunter. Yes. Do you know how I've been telling you for a year that I absolutely love it. Like it's become a mantra that I've been trying to impress on you. That Brian Cox said when he was asked about Jeremy Strong doing his method acting in Succession, that Brian Cox was like, "Oh, I don't care about what Jeremy Strong does because I am too old, too rich, and too talented to care about dumb shit."
Yeah.
You know? And so I've been trying to impress upon you, like, this is such a great mantra for anybody.
It is.
I was like, anytime Dale's bothered by anything, I'm like, Dale, You are too old, too rich,
Too
and
broke.
too talented
too rich.
to care about any dumb shit. Well, he did it again. Brian Cox did it again. Brian Cox on why he isn't afraid of backlash for supporting Palestinians. He said, I'm too old, too tired, and too talented, quite frankly, to take any shit. That's what he said.
I just fucking love it. It's like, who do you think you're talking to?
He says, I believed it was a travesty, what's happening in Palestine. He said, the way Israelis have behaved towards Palestinian is unforgivable, quite honestly. Well, I think there are a lot of people who are worried about their careers. The interviewer says, you signed a pledge to boycott film companies that are complicit in Israel's genocide. He said,
I feel like
he's being asked what kind of backlash has there been.
Yeah.
And that's when he's like, I don't give a shit.
I feel like the pro-Israeli group is like turning into like Donald Trump's like musical friends. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Well, Boy George just came out as a
Oh my God, yeah, Boy George.
Zionist of extraordinary ability.
Nobody asked Boy George what he thought about anything, but he decided that I saved this too. This is really funny.
You saved this story?
Yeah, I saved this story because it's just so bonkers. I'm sorry. Every single word makes this sentence worse, okay? Boy George says that he created his new pro-Israel reggae song with AI.
It's, oh, come on. There's a point, because, you know, you played the first whatever it was that was in the reel.
Yeah.
And at some point he said something about being a real human being.
Yes.
He's using AI.
I know. It's really
to
amazing.
say be a real human being.
So I say this. Boy George recently revealed that he's using AI to re-record his old hits, which is like, whatever, because I guess you can't get a band together somehow. He also is using AI to create new songs in support of Israel. He says the song begins, "We will dance again." His lyrics say, "You say genocide, I say war. When you're attacked, that's what the army's for." Clever, very poetic. He says, he later decries the artists who've spoken out against Israel, saying, musicians holding flags mouthing like sheep.
Is it decries or decrees?
Decrees? Decries? This has been a year of me learning that I'm mispronouncing words everybody uses.
I think it's decrees.
Guys, literally, like, just last week I had learned that it's...
Tell us, chat.
It's treatise and not treatise.
It's treatise.
And I was like, why the fuck is it spelled like that then?
It's treatise.
Because I've never heard anybody actually say it. I've only read it. I've read it a bunch of times. Like this
Oddly,
one.
like you're much better at...
Decries? Decrees?
I think it's decrees.
Well, those are two different words. Decree is obviously you're going to tell people.
Yes, it's
you're going to like mandate something.
Statement of fact.
You're going to mandate something.
Yeah.
Decry is like when you're you're rejecting. That's the word. Rejecting things.
How's it spelled?
Decries.
Decreris?
Treatise, not treatise.
How's it spelled?
Decries. I can't deal with this anymore. What do you mean I'm pronouncing words wrong?
We're going to find out.
I've been a nerd my whole life. What do you mean this is happening to me?
Decrees.
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 Decrees. Decries.
Did you say decries?
I did, because that's how it's fucking spelled.
I think it's decries.
Decries. Now it sounds weird. Now everything sounds weird.
Hey, hang on.
You know when you're like writing too much and you're like, you type the word the and you're like, that can't possibly be right.
All right, hang on. We're going to find out right now.
You're going to play it?
Decries.
See?
It's
I
decries.
did it. Yes.
Angela.
Decries.
That's right. Anyway, this is Boy George's explanation, okay?
Yeah.
Because everyone's like, Boy George, why? Nobody needs this. Why are you doing this? Everybody's going to hate you for this. He says, I prefer an imperfect democracy, which is a strange thing to say. He says it's what I'm used to, but my support is more for my actual friends who I hold close and I know are good and decent. I'm afraid we all struggle to live peacefully with each other, and until we do, we are doomed. I accept that many people disagree with my point of view, but that is what is great about democracy, as imperfect as it is. The song was created using AI. I call it AI for good. Truthfully, I would struggle to write this with a human, and that's true. You would struggle to find a human to write this with.
Well, first of all, you didn't write it, did you?
No.
Why would you involve AI if you wrote it? You know, did you write it and then just ask AI to play the instruments? Because people do that all the time. They do that for film. They do that for television. They've been doing that forever. They use MIDI, instruments.
He did this interview with The Telegraph. He said he frames his support for Israel as a support for his Jewish friends. which is great, you know, good for him for supporting his Jewish friends. It's just a very strange way to do it. He says, over the years, it's been a really personal thing. It doesn't mean that I don't have compassion for Palestinians. It doesn't mean that I agree with what's going on in Israel, but I am always going to defend the people that I love, and I have a lot of Jewish friends, and there would never be a situation where I'd turn my back on them. It seems like the lyrics in his song are completely negating everything he just said right there.
It's true. And he doesn't seem to understand. I mean, that sounds like horrifically stupid.
Yes.
That sounds like horrifically stupid. It's like you, because of your close relationships with Jewish people, like, what is wrong with you, dude? Well, are you not, do you have no respect at all for the literal millions of Jews who are against all of this?
I just think it's
so weird.
It's really interesting because I'm
not letting Alan out.
I have been.
Not going to get him out.
I'm old enough to know about Boy George from the beginning, from Boy George's beginning career, right? Like, I think I probably arrived on Earth, like it had already happened. I don't know when his first album
would
came
probably
out.
been right around then because when Karma Chameleon was the big song, I was still like watching Dick Clark New Year's with my mom.
Yes. And I remember Boy George was always being ridiculed because he was Boy George, right? He was like very like gender fluid, was weird in the fucking 80s. And I remember it really did develop my personal sense of like, I really have an affinity for the eccentrics. Like, I really love when people are so artistically and creatively effervescent that it like they exude it in their own personal body and their own personality and their own selves. Like, I just love to see like you'll see like the crazy bag lady with like a bunch of like, carrying around like weird shit on her person in the subway. And I'm like, yeah, that's fucking awesome. Like, she's being creatively expressive, like whatever. Boy George was I always had a affinity for him. And it's just so strange because I think when you take somebody who is that eccentric and who exists on the fringes of pop culture, and then you put them among the wealthy class for too long in their life, I think they get like a super fucking weird, distorted sense of what society and humanity really is. Because you take somebody like that who's like on the fringes and they feel themselves as an outsider, and that's where they live comfortably and where they actually make their bread and butter, you know?
Yeah.
But then you put them up in this like high class where all of those people, all the super fucking wealthy people, like he like obviously exists in this like elite class in New York, right? And those people are already on the fringes because they don't hang out with the poors like the rest of us. Like, they're a completely class all on their own. So they're like, so Boy George is on the fringes of the fringes, you know?
Yeah.
And I think after you spend a few decades there, you just kind of lose any connection with what people actually are like. And I think that's what makes him so confident in saying dumb shit like this, you know?
1983 is when Karma Chameleon came out.
Yeah, so I was around then.
Yep.
Barely.
Just barely.
I grew up with Boy George, and I just feel like it's fucking weird. Nobody was asking. Here's the thing: nobody was asking Boy George then or now about his fucking political opinions or whether he approves of a fucking war overseas or whatever. It's just so fucking stupid.
I remember when Boy George came out, I was confused by him.
Yes, this is what I'm saying.
I kind of liked what he was doing.
Yeah, everybody did.
And I hated what he was doing.
Why?
Because it was just so over the top in every way.
I really appreciated that.
I was like, oh yeah,
I kind of just
for you. Come on, I'll do it.
It made me really appreciate artists that are willing to do that. The 80s had so many of those people. You know, like Madonna with her big fucking weird cone breasts. You know, her cone bras?
Yeah, I remember.
I was like, that's fucking weird, and it's working. So I guess that kind of weird shit works. Like, it just sort of like, it honed our sense of taste from pop culture really was weird around that time. And I think it made us all more fun. It's just so strange that Boy George has turned into like a warmongering ogre. The content of his music of Boy George's new song is like completely burying the fact that he's using fucking AI. Like, Boy George,
yeah, it's gross.
So original and so like
maybe not so much
irreverent. Anymore. Like, I mean, of course, maybe he thinks that using an AI to make a song is irreverent. Whatever. I'm just so sick of this timeline. Fucking sucks. It's exhausting. But I have some good news about our continuing war on technology. You want to hear some good news?
Yeah.
Australia is planning some of the world's toughest AI regulations right now.
I love it.
Do you want to hear about them?
Sure.
It's so great.
Let's hear it.
You're proud to be an Australian. when this shit comes out. Water usage will be limited. AI data centers will be required to become net producers of energy, not consumers of energy, but producers. Okay.
So they have to find a way to naturally power and then feed the grid.
Yep. AI companies cannot train on Australian creators' work without their permission.
That's just such a fucking no-brainer.
I know. Proposals expected to be introduced as legislation in 2027. So hopefully it won't just get completely, be.
Yeah, it's got to go through the.
I know it sucks that it's not happening
process
sooner,
of
but
Australian-
Australian writers, musicians, artists, and journalists must retain ownership and control of their work. Our laws, this is a quote, our laws will spell that out plain as day. Anything less is theft.
That's what happened to me, That's what happened to me. I was stolen from, And this is the part that hurts the most because it happens to this day. Nobody gave a shit. And yeah, so to hear that Australia's standing up for the artist and saying they have fucking ownership and, that came from me. I created that fucking movie. Yes, with others, of course. And it came from them too. But it doesn't belong to fucking Leo and it doesn't fucking belong to any producer, any individual producer. You want to hear something really fucking disturbing?
Oh, do I? Always.
So Jared Leto, you've heard about this, right? All these accusations came out.
Yeah, but what's weird about this is that everybody's known he's been a big giant perv for fucking years and nobody's doing anything about it.
Well,
so yes, I've heard about the more. It's a BBC documentary where they're featuring 4 of his alleged victims.
Jared Leto's agency is standing behind him amid a fresh wave.
There's been waves.
It's not a fresh wave.
Yes, that means there's an ocean.
That means there's an ocean.
God.
A fresh wave of sexual assault allegations. A rep for his talent agency, WME, told Page 6 Hollywood that they will still represent him and that they have no plans to cut ties. In fact, the WME rep said that their client advisory committee was not even going to review the allegations.
That seems foolish.
WMA created a committee of about 20 staffers to evaluate how they would move forward with clients who were accused of sexual misconduct amid the Me Too movement in 2017. And they got rid of talent, including Armie Hammer, Justin Baldoni. I
think it makes sense, though, because if he gets in trouble, that's on him, and they're just going to drop him. They're not his. His publicist probably doesn't feel the same way. His publicist probably is like working overtime, like losing weight.
Jared Leto's Hollywood Dark Secret, that's the BBC documentary, includes allegations by 10 women. 4 of these women claimed Leto sexually assaulted them or threatened to sexually assault them when they were teenagers. All of the alleged incidents happened between 2002 and 2016. Leto has vehemently denied all allegations. He is quoted as saying that I am a deity.
No.
You can't have sex with a deity.
No one gets past these linens.
Made of gold. He also denied allegations by 9 women in 2025 who claimed that the 30 Seconds to Mars frontman behaved inappropriately toward them.
Where does he have time to eat lunch?
Some
it's so busy.
Some while they were underage. TMZ has since learned that Leto is not under any kind of criminal investigation. This is like Leo. There's these Teflon motherfuckers, bro.
Yeah.
They just got the Teflon. They can really seriously fuck people's lives up, and they just totally get off scot-free. Like my life was utterly destroyed. Not even a remote consequence. Nothing.
I think
it was it's weird because
But the conspiracy theory about Jared Leto and why is that how you say it? Leto? I don't know how to pronounce anything anymore.
Leto.
You've destroyed my
Jared
confidence.
Leto.
He apparently some people think that he had like contracts, like deals that had to be run through before,
like NDAs type things.
No. I mean like production deals.
Okay.
Like either he's producing or he's acting in certain productions.
There's like a lot of business on the table.
There's a lot of business on the table. And so what they were doing is just trying to kick this can down the road before he gets canceled because they need to finish these contracts. Because he's in all these really huge movies, He's in like the fucking Tron movies. He's like doing a bunch of other shit. He was in He was in the fucking Blade Runner movie, you know? Like he's the
He's
workingest.
an Oscar winner.
So I think that's why everybody's been slow rolling his demise.
He only has 2 things up and coming: lunatic heist and assassination.
Oh yeah, no, I mean
And that's a rumor.
I think the opportunities have fucking dried up now.
He's actually not working at all, according
I know.
to IMDb.
No, I think that just because that's what the theory is that everybody's waiting until his present contracts are through, and then they're not going to hire him anymore.
He
because he's
was
done.
part of the Masters of the Universe, which was a flop, a big giant flop, wasn't it?
I mean, I don't know.
Was
I just don't know.
Masters of the Universe a success? The live action Masters of the Universe movie was a box office disappointment,
Yeah, but was it like
but it has become a massive streaming success. It grossed $113 million against a budget of $170 million. So that means they were down 250 on that.
Would you like to hear the latest in media manipulation stories? Sure you would.
Of course, yeah, give it all. Yeah, hand it over.
Influencers are being paid to spread the Mormon Church's gospel.
Oh, give me the money.
Have you ever wondered why there's so many Mormon influencers on TikTok and all these other streaming platforms or these social media platforms?
It's where like our old name was so relevant, you know?
They're getting fucking paid by the church, bro. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Through its for-profit subsidiary, the church owns several advertising companies with influencer marketing arms. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
That's the money, bro. You got to buy an ad agency. Like I should just buy an ad agency. You know what I mean? And then I got control. I'll put
Yeah,
the book out.
do
I'll
it.
put other shit out.
Forteza Latifi is an author. She's published Like, Follow, Subscribe, Influencer Kids, and the Cost of a Childhood Online. I think these kinds of stories are super juicy because, man, these people really like exploit and abuse their kids in order to make perfect little channels. But anyway, she says, hey, in the reporting of my book, I found out that the Mormon Church directly pays Mormon influencers. So if you've ever wondered why there's so many Mormon family vloggers and mom influencers, that's a big reason. If you want to know how much they get paid and what the strings attached are, order my book. Like, follow, subscribe by Forteza Latifi. That's a plug.
It's part of my problem. I don't just say, buy my book. Fucking buy it.
Yeah, you got to. It's really creepy, though, because, you know, these kids end up being abused because their parents are just trying to make money. It's just like, this is why it always comes down to, like, class and capitalism for me. None of these kids would be able to have normal childhoods if their parents didn't need to make money. And, of course, they try to exploit their family to make money because they want to be at home raising their kids. But they need to make money. So they have to make these little videos, and then the kids have to be like stars in the videos, whether they like it or not. And it becomes this horrible, abusive, manipulative situation. I can't even imagine. Can you imagine right now if you could go onto the internet and find 30, 40-year-old videos of you as a kid, like being punished for not brushing your teeth or something? Can you imagine if all that was on the internet for people to see?
Yeah, no, it's terrifying. Terrifying. Connie DiCaprio is asking if I've ever met Jared Leto.
Did you?
No, I don't. Well, not that I recall. Entirely possible, but I don't recall.
You would
meeting him.
remember. He's very beautiful, captivating. Even
I met a lot of beautiful people. I met Selma Hayek.
you did?
Well, not really.
Is she very short?
I just stood right next to her.
She's like a little button, huh?
She is the smallest thing.
She's teeny tiny.
She's the most like they're like the two women whose beauty struck me to the interior of my body was Selma Hayek. I saw her at an Oscar party.
Oh, I bet she was dressed up nice too.
I staggered to a chair, like just crazy. And then I saw and actually met Uma Thurman at a party that Angelica Houston threw that I got to attend. And
Uma Thurman's very tall, right?
oh, the immense beauty. Yes.
She's like a goddess.
She's
huh?
she was a goddess. Like it was just
That's neat.
I couldn't believe it. It was like where I had to. It was as if like there was a force pulling my eyes to her.
Yeah.
Like everything. Like I'd catch her in the periphery. I'm trying to be like everyday normal guy at this party that has like Uma Thurman and Oliver Stone thrown by Angelica Houston. I'm trying to fit in. All I did was get drunk in the end. But yeah, she was It was a staggering
every
kind of
time
moment.
every time I think of Uma Thurman, obviously she's been in a bunch of Quentin Tarantino movies that I really enjoyed, but I always think of her in The Adventures of Baron Munchausen
Yeah.
because she plays Venus, and she like her debut, like she comes out of a clamshell.
Does she?
Yes.
Because that's what Venus does.
But she looks perfect. It's like perfect casting. Like she is Venus. She's a goddess.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
I imagine if I had seen her just like out in a party or something, it would have struck me like that too.
I mean, the first time I was like genuinely visually moved by her was Dangerous Liaisons, for sure.
Oh yeah.
If you haven't seen that movie, it's a dandy. I don't know if it holds up. I don't know.
I'm sorry. It's a what?
A dandy. Do you know what that means?
Is that a saying?
Yes, it's a saying. Comes back from it's a dandy.
From what decade is that saying?
I'm going to go with the 60s. No, I'm going to go with the 40s. It's making a comeback.
It's also a weird way to describe that movie too. It's not a dandy, whatever that means.
Hey, somebody called. Oh my God, their name is Obscured Claire. That's so cool. Love that game. They were just watching Don's Plum. They were like, oh my God, I was just watching Don's Plum, and now did you see my part?
Did you see me in it?
Did you see me in it? How was I? Did I do real good?
You did great.
Well, thank you for watching. I hope you liked it.
The Adventures of Baron Munchausen is so fucking underrated. I swear. That movie is one of my top 5 favorite masterpiece movies. The Adventures of Baron Munchausen, I think, is one of the best movies. And somebody online was talking about how we don't really acknowledge, like, there used to be, like 20, 30 years ago, there were like a group of directors that we all appreciated, but it's kind of fallen out. Like even like the cinephiles don't talk about them anymore. And Terry Gilliam used to always be understood as like an eccentric genius.
For sure.
Who like put out
I don't
something
think that's
every night.
changed. I just don't think. I mean, he's doing a movie now, but
like, when was the last time people used to talk about 12 Monkeys all the fucking time? Like, if you talk to any movie nerds, they were always talking about that. Or Brazil. Brazil was like the most incredible.
It's a masterpiece.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It is. It is a masterpiece.
Undeniably a masterpiece. Nobody talks about it anymore.
No. It's weird because there are these masterpieces or close to maybe it's not a masterpiece. I mean, I think it is.
Yeah.
But I think like it's one of those movies that like that one of those brilliant movies that somehow like kind of fades into
That's what I'm saying.
the abyss somehow.
But Terry Gilliam movies aren't meant to be faded into the abyss. They are so unique and so genius and so like he's just incredible that he could even accomplish any of this shit.
Yeah.
And that they let him.
When I found out
funded it.
Toby was working with him, I was just devastated.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
It's just like that always happened to me. It's like every time one of these fuckers, like when Leo went to Scorsese, it was of course that was like a relative, like a very close relative.
Well,
passed away.
Scorsese's fucking lost to us anyway. I mean, not like literally lost.
I understand what you mean, but this was
He's
1990,
like,
whatever.
He's promoting AI companies now. It's like, dude, come on. Of all the people, you do not need to be fucking
Scorsese, oh my God, yeah, you're the small bum. I think little bum.
I was credited as a little bum.
I think
actually.
little bum, dude. You got to read that scene. Isn't that scene cool in the book?
Yes, I loved it.
It's one of my favorite scenes. Today I was I was hunting through because I'm going to be doing some stuff with the book, and I was hunting through
The book.
The book is called Too Real a Hollywood Memoir. It's behind me, and it's all about the rise and fall of Don's Plum, the rise and fall and burning of and burying of and pissing on the grave of Don's Plum, and the scene where I do my part in the movie is really fun. Because Leo was kind of my hero that day. The motherfucker. Tobey Maguire's here.
Oh,
Yeah.
how nice.
Yeah, he's saying the same thing he says the last time we banned him.
Oh yeah, where he was like, "Let's go get a cup of coffee, Dale."
Yeah. I've read
Just
your
you
new
and me.
book. It's 2 years old. It's not so new. I guess if you compare it to my beard. Hide user on this channel. None of the mods. The mods are all sleeping.
Yeah, well, that's okay.
Hide user on this channel.
They're entitled to sleep. That's fine. They don't actually. You gave everybody mod control. But
Almost
you didn't-
everybody. I'm trying to
But
get
you didn't give
everybody-
them mod responsibilities. Do you know what I
didn't?
mean?
You got to give it the same.
No, I mean
to
they
the
don't
channel.
have. I mean they can use them, but they don't have to take them.
Yeah. No, I'm just giving all the, like, the podcast is going to blow up. I don't know if you heard. But it's all over and the podcast is going to blow up. And when it does, I want to make sure that all of our friends are moderated or they're promoted so that I can know who they are. Can you imagine not seeing Delicate or Happiness in Your Life or Archival Raccoon or A Scientist?
I thought
or
about that.
fucking
It made me really sad that I thought that
No
people,
Two Trolls.
we were gone for a while and I was like, they're not going to fucking come back, dude, because, you know, you want to be able to fill your entertainment hour with something when somebody's missing.
Yeah, we're easily replaced.
I think so.
No, it's like you drank a glass of water and you go and you just get more water.
Hey, I have some bad news for you, but that's not like, it's not like bad news. I think that you'll be a little sad, but it'll be like, oh, well, you know, it happens. It's time.
Stop projecting and just tell me.
Okay, but listen, I wanted to tell you that you know how you love the filmmaker Mike Leigh?
Oh, I thought you said Mike Leigh. Like I was like, Joel Mike Leigh?
No, Mike Leigh.
Yeah, of course I know.
One of the independent movie world's most celebrated directors with a career spanning 6 decades and wins including multiple BAFTAs and both a Palme d'Or and a Golden Lion, has said he's likely to be hanging up his filmmaking boots. Speaking at a Golden Globes hosted event in London, the 83-year-old actor said that Tender Loving Care, his latest feature, will probably be the last he directs. The reason why is because he is suffering from a chronic, non-curable, yet manageable condition called myotosis.
You know what I feel like? I feel like his DP died a couple years ago.
Oh.
I just wonder
That's
if it's
very
like,
sad.
I just wonder if his whole, like, he's got this problem. Now he's got this person who, like, they were like a married couple. He only ever worked with him.
Well, you know what's interesting too is I didn't
far as I know.
realize that this article, I'm reading from Variety. I didn't know that he works with the same people all the time in his films. I mean, obviously his style is so cohesive, so it makes sense now that I just hadn't thought of it. But most of the people that he works on in his crew in the leadership positions are women. Isn't that wonderful? And I just hadn't.
Well, you know how I feel about
It
him.
kind of conveys this.
You know how I feel about him. One of the highlights of my life was at the same Oscar party that I staggered to my seat to manage the breathtaking beauty of Selma Hayek. No, it wasn't that actually. It was the same Oscar season. It was at a different party, and I somehow ended up getting seated with Brenda Blethyn. I don't know how that fucking happened, but I somehow ended up. I don't even know how it happened. I can't remember, but there I was sitting at a table with Brenda Blethyn. If you don't know who that is, she was in the Michael Leigh movie Secrets and Lies, for which she was nominated for an Oscar. She's also, many would remember her as Brad Pitt's mother in A River Runs Through It, for example. It was another kind of movie that a lot of people would be like, oh, the mother, yeah, she was good. She's amazing. She's like a staggering genius actor.
She just didn't do a lot of crossover into the U.S. films.
Well, she did. I mean, she's never a big star. She's that person, you know?
Yeah.
I got to learn a lot about Michael Leigh back then. I don't know why I actually brought her up. I've lost track of my thoughts.
So listen, he says, absolutely, I think very likely, yes, he told Variety's sister publication IndieWire when asked whether the film recently added to the lineup at Toronto would be his final feature. He said, I mean, I know the girls don't like to hear me say that, but I think that is the case. The girls, that's his filmmakers. Leigh has spoken previously about his struggles with myotosis, a disease where the immune system attacks the muscles and has severely impacted his mobility. He says, I was lucky in making this last film. People were very helpful. He added at the round table, you'll see when I get up that my 2 friends all helped me to stand up, so I probably can't do much more. And doing a play is even more physically demanding, strangely enough, than making a film, because on a film you can be moved around. Frequent collaborators behind the camera include costume designer Jacqueline Duran, hair and makeup designer Nora Robertson, production designer Jane Brody, composer Gary Yershon, that's a man, editor Tanya Redden, director of photography Lucy Bristow, and casting director Nina Gold. He works with the ladies. He's like, you were saying that about Jalen Hurts?
Go look at
That Jalen Hurts, like his whole
does.
team is women and all the way up.
Obscura Claire says Don's Plum was similar to a Michael Leigh. I liked it.
There you go.
I don't think that Obscura Claire knows that we were Michael Leigh inspired.
Yeah.
We saw the movie Naked. It was myself and Leo and Scott Bloom, who's a part of the clique that became known as the Pussy Posse. There was, Artie Robb was there, and maybe even Tobey Maguire, I can't remember. But we all went and saw, Tobey was there, I believe. And we went and we saw, we saw 2 by Michael Leigh. We saw Life is Sweet, and we saw Naked, and we were just absolutely blown away by it. And then when the sort of circumstances kind of led to an opportunity where we could kind of create our own Mike Leigh-ish approach to film when a project landed on our laps at the exact right time, and all that I covered in my book behind me. And Don's Plum was born. So that you're saying that is deeply moving, frankly. I mean,
Which one is your
I'm going
favorite?
to talk about it for the rest of the night.
Is the film Naked 1993? Is that your favorite Mike Leigh movie?
That's a very difficult question. My favorite Mike Leigh movie, and I oddly haven't seen them all. I haven't seen like the last few. But my favorite movie up to whatever the last one was I saw, I'd have to go look at his filmography.
The ones in the Variety article that they named was Naked, Happy Go Lucky, Another Year, Life is Sweet, Mr. Turner, and Secrets and Lies.
So I've seen all of those.
Yeah.
And I would say that like my favorite film and of Mike Leigh's is probably like Naked, but with the caveat that I think that his greatest achievement that I witnessed so far
Vera Drake.
is Vera Drake.
Vera Drake is a fucking masterpiece.
Vera Drake is staggering.
I think like of its genre, it's probably one of the very best of that genre ever made.
If you have not seen Vera Drake, you do this and watch the.
So special.
It's like watching a perfect painting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Speaking of perfect painting, I really like Mr. Turner about the painter. I thought that one was really
and speaking
good
of perfect painting and the relationship to Mr. Turner, Dick Pope, his
that's not his name.
what's his name? His last name's Pope. Ted Pope.
I don't think it's. Let me.
I sometimes when I say Ted Pope because I think of Ted Hope.
Let me see.
Which is a big
oh,
shot.
you were right, Dick Pope.
Sit down, girl. Sit down. Listen.
I am sitting
You'll
down.
learn something. So Dick Pope, it felt like every fucking frame.
Every
of
frame
that
was a
movie
painting. Yes.
was a painting.
No, I know. Not. Sometimes I think about. I used to want to be a cinematographer, and I'm like, I can't deal.
Those days are behind you.
I can't deal with like technology, so obviously I wasn't suited for it. But anyway, I always thought that if you get a job as a cinematographer where they're like, okay, here's the picture. The guy is an exquisite painter, and he
Yeah.
sees everything like an exquisite painting.
Yeah.
Okay, can
Yeah,
you do
yeah.
that?
Yeah, exactly.
I just imagine him like staying up all night, being like, I can't do this. I can't do this. Like
I
it's
see
just,
totally
like,
opposite. I
Like
see
the
him-
pressure to make every single frame of painting would be so immense.
Yeah, see, like that's why you're not it. Like,
No.
because like I'll bet you that he was like, oh my God, this is my chance.
Yeah.
To make every single frame a painting, because like first of all, it's extremely difficult to do. But if you have that, like, because of Mike Leigh's genius, he has a flexibility to every project that is extremely diverse in approach. Like when you look at a Martin Scorsese movie, you kind of know every time what you're going to get. Like he can tell diverse tales, and he can draw us in and give us different tensions and all this other stuff. And he's obviously a master filmmaker, but there's a signature to him that is extremely, and there's a signature to Mike Leigh too. But with Mike Leigh's signature, there's more flexibility. It's more dynamic, and so he has this place where he has the ability to be able to work and develop each scene, like the scene itself is a painting. Did you ever hear of the play called Sunday in the Park with George?
I've heard of it. I haven't seen
So
it.
Sunday in the Park with George is an actual painting that inspired the play.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
That's neat.
yeah, it's a fucking great play. It's Sunday in the Park with George. Love it. It's good stuff. I don't really like musicals, and that one does it for me.
So here I am with this next story that I saved for you.
Here I am with
I
this
am
very
over
next
here.
story,
Don't make
which
fun of me.
sits so close by.
You're gonna embarrass me in front of my friends.
You've done it to me 3 times already.
What do you mean? What did I
It's
do?
not the Dale Wheatley show, but doesn't mean you don't have to treat me that way.
Okay, I thought this was really interesting news. This is from, if you ever care about, ecological causes, fucking justice for the other earthlings other than just people, and also the continuing recognition of other forms of consciousness. You care about these things.
I love other forms of consciousness.
Other forms of consciousness, specifically octopus consciousness.
Oh, that's not my favorite.
Yeah, too gooey,
Yeah, it's like really wet.
too squidgy.
Yeah, you're just like you're
Too many limbs.
Too much jelly.
The world's first commercial octopus farm had been proposed for several years running. And they kept getting barriers and barriers because people are like, you absolutely cannot fucking farm octopus. They are sentient beings. Not like all these other animals, right? But they're uniquely clever. So
I don't know if it's uniquely because whales, man. But go ahead.
Dolphins,
bro.
world's first commercial octopus farms plans have been scrapped. Finally, they're like, okay, we're done. We're not doing this anymore.
No more octopus farms.
Following opposition,
Because it's a form of slavery and brutal murder.
Spanish seafood company Nueva Pescanova, which is kind of a little bit.
I saw a picture of somebody eating a octopus the other day, and it was like watching somebody
fighting
eating
back?
human to me. Like that was the reaction I had to it. I was like, oh my god. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it because I've eaten octopus.
Who's that?
Reluctantly.
Who's
but
that famous celebrity chef who wears like the round glasses? What's his name? We have a cookbook of his. Whatever.
Otto, the guy does the Jerusalem book.
No, not Otto Lengi. I'm talking about he's an American guy. Okay, well anyway, he was on a video talking about how he won't eat octopus because they're smart. He said that he went to an aquarium and he had
They'll eat cows because they're not.
I know.
Well, he's wrong.
I know, exactly. He's almost there. He's making baby steps. So he said.
Do you know that chickens are smart?
He said that he went to an aquarium, right? Because he's like people like invite these celebrity chefs and stuff. They're like, oh, come and see our animals and whatever, because then you can make a video and it's all of his followers will see it and everything. So you get all these opportunities. But he was like, I had a fucking conversation with an octopus. And so now from that day on, I couldn't ever put an octopus on my plate anymore to eat. So I don't eat octopus anymore because they're too smart.
Speaking of intelligent anomalies.
No, wait, I wanted to tell you the story about the octopus farm.
All right, I got my
Plans for the world's first commercial octopus farm have been scrapped after years of opposition from NGOs, scientists, and the public. The scientific consensus suggests that octopuses, and that's the correct way to say it.
It's not octopusi?
It's not octopi. Something about it being like a Greek word versus a Latin word. But anyway, it's octopuses, which continues to make me uncomfortable.
I mean, I think that word shirts, for word shirts, I think that's a good one.
Just saying
No,
octopuses?
it's octopuses.
It's octopuses.
Just like that.
Get it right.
It's octopuses.
The scientific consensus suggests that octopuses are sentient, intelligent, and complex animals. Not like those other ones, though.
Yeah. Not like the other ones what are you picking out of your teeth there?
And they are
this
now-
is squirrel.
And they are now recognized as
Stupid
such by
squirrel.
law in the UK.
They're what?
And they're recognized as such by law in the UK.
Yeah.
Spanish company Nueva Pescanova submitted its controversial application to open the first commercial octopus farm at the port of Las Palmas, Gran Canaria last year. However, the Port Authority has confirmed that the plans have been dropped. Reports of the world's first octopus farm circulated in the early 2020s, with Nueva Pescanova unveiled its first proposal in 2021. According to blueprints leaked to BBC, they plan to build a 2-story farm and produce 300 tons. I don't know if that's different than American tons, TONNES, of octopus meat per year, 3,000 tons.
Well, metric tons is what they're going to be talking about.
The equivalent of around 1 million animals per year.
It's going to save?
That's what they,
what they were producing.
That's what they were going to produce. They were going to build a 2-story farm and produce the equivalent of around 1 million animals per year.
Can you imagine? Like, I don't know how you, sometimes I have an enterprising mind. Sometimes I'll wake up, I have an enterprising idea. I can see like the room full of all the people working.
Yeah.
But at no point have I ever was like, let's farm and kill animals. That'll be fun. We'll do real well. I love the smell of blood in the morning. It's so cruel. It's crazy.
The proposal was met with widespread criticism from animal rights activists, conservationists, and the scientific community, and was ultimately rejected by Port Authority. They resubmitted an application for the octopus farm. They're like, okay, maybe 500,000 animals. Okay. That reportedly now has been scrapped entirely. Compassion.
All right, no fucking octopus. We're going back to the shrimp.
Squids.
We get the squids. Is the squids okay? They only got like what? 2 eyes? They got 2 eyes.
Compassion in World Farming is the organization that celebrated the news as a major victory, in quotes, major victory, but said that it will keep fighting against the growing threat of octopus farming. Compassion in World Farming's Keep Them Wild campaign, which calls on policymakers to ban octopus farming and halt the spread of carnivorous aquaculture worldwide, will remain active. They said this is a huge victory for octopuses. And I just love that people
I just literally like
just
in my head
love-
saw an octopus at the podium with the mics and the fucking octopus hat.
He's doing this with like all
This
his
is a
arm-
huge win for
all his-
octopuses
all his tentacles.
around the world.
After years of pressure, and this is a huge victory for octopuses, our oceans, and everyone who joined us in campaigning to stop the world's first octopus farm. She added octopuses. Sorry, this is Elena Lara, Senior Research and Policy Advisor. She says octopuses are intelligent, wild animals not produced to be caged in factory farms. The decision to abandon this project sends a powerful message that the future of food must not be built on animal suffering or unsustainable practices. Now governments must go further by banning octopus farming and preventing the expansion of carnivorous aquaculture.
I love it. Leave them fuckers alone, dude. Stop it, bro. And we don't even know what's intelligent and what's not intelligent. We don't.
Yeah,
we find out that crows talk and fucking, they're all talking. We're hearing these cicadas. It's probably like a very complex language. And believe me, they're planning for a long sleep. Like they probably have a laundry list of things to do. It's called a laundry list, by the way.
Dale and I bickered extensively about laundry list in his book. He wanted to put the phrase laundry list. And
Yeah,
I
it
was
didn't
like,
make it because it was like I wasn't going to put up with it. I was going to like, enough. I'll cut it.
I was like, what you mean to say is a list. And you can also, if you want to elaborate, you can say a long list. But a laundry list is specifically a to-do list. It can't just be like any list. That's
Well,
what
I
was
always
saying.
do that anyway.
We're
so
still
I have to
arguing
think
about it, apparently.
Well, that's a great story.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that.
I know. I was excited to save that one for you.
Do you want to hear one of my senseless ones?
Oh, yes.
It's not so senseless. Do you remember? Do you remember when Bill Burr and all them fuckers went over to Saudi Arabia to do?
I do remember that
comedy festival.
Yeah, that was so strange. That
Yeah.
was such a strange news item where you're like, "What? Why are you doing this?" All of a sudden.
So the real one, known as Weird Al Yankovic,
The weird one.
the real one.
Oh,
He's a real one.
he is a real one. Mm-hmm. Yep, we appreciate him. This is a Weird Al Yankovic fan show.
Absolutely. Listen, I saw him live, and I got kind of dragged to the show because, like, I grew up with Weird Al, and I liked him. I had my ha ha ha. He's such a goofy guy.
Do you see what I
who
mean?
took his untalented self and made it into this.
This goes back to my Boy George comment. We were raised on these weird, fucking eccentric, like the media was filled with these fucking weirdos. They're treasures to us now.
So when my and yeah, she's about your age actually. I go, actually a little older than you. But my sister-in-law, my then sister-in-law, because a different wife, also named Angela.
Very weird.
My sister-in-law and my brother-in-law at the time, they were like, "Hey, you got to go see. Weird Al was playing Atlantic City," and she was like, "You got to go." And so I got convinced to go. I was like, "Fine, I'll go. Just I want to be highly intoxicated, and then I'll be fine." You know what I mean? It was a great show.
Oh, I'm
Weird
sure.
Al Yankovic was a great show. It was fun. It had all the sort of the joviality that you would expect from him, right? Because it was less. It was more than goofy. It was like more appreciable than just goofiness. It was like it was like I don't know. I want to call it like I don't know how to. I'm gonna go fucking heavenly humor. Like there was something that was extremely fulfilling about the concert. It was just like I was glad to be there. I was glad to be a part of it. It was like an experience more than just watching a guy with an accordion playing fucking pop songs. The band tight.
Oh yeah, of course.
So it was really cool. Anyway, Weird Al Yankovic says that he turned down $1 million. This is Weird Al we're talking about. We're talking about Weird Al Yankovic, who has to go and play pavilions
Yeah, he's not the most.
to make him a living.
He's not the most booked musician.
No, he's
in the
not
world.
Bill Burr, who's got shows on all the fucking networks. Where every time Bill Burr turns around, there's a fucking pile of money being offered to him, up at least until he did this stupid fucking the Riyadh comedy festival in Saudi Arabia. But like, there's a real one, man. Weird Al Yankovic was like
He turned down what though? You hadn't
$1 million
for what?
for one show
Where?
at the fucking Riyadh comedy festival.
Oh, they're doing it again this year, and he turned it down.
No, he turned it down. Angela, come
he
on.
turned it back. He turned it down then.
There you go.
What?
Well, because I mean, I told you remember the festival. I walked you through it.
Yes, I know. I remember. I just didn't know if it was this was a new story or an old story.
No, it's the same festival. There's not
I
a
got
new
it
festival.
now. I'm with you.
And he turned down $1 million to be a part of it, unlike these other fucking like. So now we got to think about it. Like it's Weird Al. They're giving Weird Al a mill. How much did they give Bill Burr? How much did they give
I know.
Pete Davidson?
Well, they said that it was worth it. That's why they went. So
Yeah, of course it was worth it. They got a fucking big giant paycheck.
would
Yeah,
you?
John Leguizamo was just bragging about his roles in Ice Age the other day. He was just like, "Oh man, Ice Age was so cool. I got to buy 2 houses and pay for my kids' college."
You know, I know a little bit about you and how, you know, I feel like it's okay to say that we're not rich. But would you turn down $1 million to go and if you got invited to go to the Riyadh festival for whatever reason?
Yes.
And they wanted to pay you $1 million?
Yes. First of all, if I'm getting $1 million, then I'm getting offered something relative to my worth. And so if that's relative to my worth, I'm going to be able to turn. If it was the only job I could get, I'll probably go do it because I'm broke. But if I wasn't broke, and I would assume if somebody's willing to pay me $1 million, I'm probably not.
It's also,
Although I'm going to start an OnlyFans and see what happens.
yeah. Yeah.
Well, if Donna Mills can roll one out at 85, I'm figuring at 56, people are going to be piling in the door.
I also think that if you're being offered $1 million, then you probably have the kind of reputation that you actually do have to protect, right? Because it's just like, what the fuck are you doing? Pete Davidson, especially. I mean, his whole identity is built around this horrible tragedy that happened to him.
I don't know if his whole identity is, but it's a part of his identity, and it's a major part of it. And it certainly, it was the weirdest thing I ever saw, that this kid would go and perform for
You're right, not his whole identity. The reason why I said that, it was just because if you're a teenage boy and your father is killed, that's a pretty big turning point in your shaping.
Yeah.
And so I was just saying, like, generally, I assumed that it was pretty impactful for him. But I don't know. You're right. I don't know the guy. Maybe it's no big deal.
So here's a little fun thing for maybe Conley DiCaprio's still with us, and whoever's with us, they might enjoy this. But I wrote a story, which I am excited to adapt either to book or screenplay. We're still not sure what I'm going to do with it. I've been writing it for a very long time. It's been developing in my head for years. I've written a couple of screenplay drafts of it, and so on and so forth. It's one of my favorite projects, actually. This is like a little.
It's upside down.
This is like a little, like a flyer, you know, because I was like, we were taking it out for raising films in the community, and it's called Never Say Goodbye. But it's this movie about a narcoleptic girl who, you know, she's. I don't want to get into it because it's actually such a fucking hot little premise that I just don't want to put it on on the webs. But it's about my protagonist is a young woman who's has narcolepsy, and she has these moments, and it's not the funny narcolepsy like, oh, ha, ha, look at that, she found the. It's sad, you know, and there's a sadness to it that's profound and so on and so forth.
So strange where you put that.
Why?
It's not the funny kind of narcolepsy.
Well, because I don't know if you've been around, but
usually when
to hear narcolepsy jokes, but I've heard them my whole life. And
and also like, you know, it's like sometimes they'll feature a narcoleptic as like comedic relief in a comedy movie or something.
Exactly, and or like they'll like like, what are you, a fucking narcoleptic? Wake up!
Yeah.
You know, that kind of nonsense.
Exactly.
You know, like you would say, what are you, some kind of cripple? You know, like that kind of fucking nonsense. Anyway, this really so I got really excited to read this in a weird way because I wrote this in this story, and to see it like in reality was such a weird thing because I kind of just wrote it based on what I could glean about narcolepsy as I was researching the character. The headline says, people with narcolepsy collapse when they laugh or feel joy. Scientists just found the brain circuit responsible, and it runs through the love hormone. And my whole character.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Is that not neat? And this whole character that
The
I created,
love hormone.
her narcolepsy kind of is all sort of orbiting this whole love thing that's throughout this whole
That's
story.
so interesting. So it's just like I do dog training, and one of the concepts that we talk about a lot in dog training is there's two kinds of stress. There's like the distress that everybody knows is like stress, like you fight or flight, you think you're going to get attacked, whatever. It's super fucking
Somebody's
stressful.
Dark and
But there's also
foreboding.
eustress, which is like excitement, like the emotional arousal of like anticipating something cool is going to happen, or having heart rate exercise where you're playing with your friends.
Right.
That's also acts like stress on the body. So you're saying that for narcoleptics, it's kind of the same thing, where it's just. Did I
You
say
said
that
that
wrong?
only 2 words. You said narcoleptics.
Is it not narcoleptic?
Narcoleptics, yes.
Narcoleptic people?
Yeah.
I shouldn't say narcoleptics.
It's a little weird thing to say, yeah. But people with narcolepsy is...
Yes. Okay. So for them, you're saying that the same sort of thing happens, that it's like the same sort of stressor on their body is the positive stress causes the same reaction.
Yeah, this article on the Cyber says, narcolepsy is one of the most misunderstood neurological conditions in existence. Most people who have heard of it imagine someone falling asleep unexpectedly, a comedic image of a person dozing off mid-sentence or slumping over on a desk. The reality is considerably more complicated, and for the approximately 3 million people worldwide who live with the condition, considerably less funny. One of its defining features is cataplexy, which is this is just devastating stuff. But cataplexy, sudden episodes of complete or partial muscle paralysis that strike without warning and leave the person fully conscious, but physically unable to move. It's like a stroke in that way. These episodes can last from a few seconds to several minutes. They are not triggered by fatigue. They are triggered by happiness. A person with narcolepsy is most likely to experience muscle paralysis when they laugh, when they reunite with someone they love, when they hear good news, or when they eat something they find delicious. For decades, this pattern has been known and studied without a satisfying neurological explanation. Why would the brain collapse on itself at the exact moment that it's feeling its best? A new study from the Harvard Medical School, published in Nature Neuroscience, has now mapped the molecular and circuit level answer, and it involves a molecule most people associated with love and bonding rather than paralysis. So I'm not going to get into everything because it's over my fucking head. And so I'll start like jumbling words and saying shit that I can't understand. And so we're gonna pull out before I start looking bad. But
that's so neat though.
Isn't it?
I think that the like in astrology, all the outer planets recently changed.
Yeah.
I think that what that means is that because of the placement of them, I think we're going to see a lot of really great advancements in understanding how different pathologies work. Like I think that our science is just going to get a lot more curious and a lot less like rigidly sort of structured into what's just measurable and observable.
Yeah.
And more conceptual.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
We might actually discover some really cool pathways to cures that way. I think that we're going to see a lot more of this. Like, for instance, somebody was just saying, I saw this discussion on Twitter where somebody was like, it's not a coincidence that there are no cases of schizophrenic people who were born blind. That it has something to do with the visual pathways. And I don't know if this is true or not, but it's fascinating if it is, right? Because it's not like they're citing studies or anything, but but if there's something that has to do with like if the cause or maybe even the treatment for schizophrenia has to do with like your ocular nerves or something.
Yeah.
It's just really interesting.
It's wild. I mean, I wish I had the patience, because I think I've got the brains, but I wish I had the patience to activate and stay interested in, the sciences and stuff. Like, because I have such a deep fascination for it all. I read it all day long. I mean, I'm, my feed is filled with science. I just am like, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
There's so many medical breakthroughs happening right now. It's just insanity. Like, I've never, like, it's just been picking up since, and I brought this up and a scientist was like, yes, a scientist, by the way, oxytocin is exactly it.
Oxytocin was the trigger for cataplexy?
Yes.
And the narcolepsy?
Yes, exactly. Oxytocin. So anyway.
Yeah, or like the nonverbal autistic kids who are testing and showing that they can fucking do telepathy.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
we don't know what the fuck.
We don't.
Science still
But I just wish I had the, both the patience and the capacity to stick it out and be like a scientist. And I know that there's always this glamour side. I mean, we know that in Hollywood, there was like, oh, Hollywood's so glamorous. And it's a fucking job and you work your ass off and, it's exhausting. And there's there's all the kinds of things that you see, and here at the water cooler, at your fucking regular run of the mill sort of day job are very similar to the kinds of things you see in Hollywood and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? Like, there's a certain amount of like romantic idea that comes with these idealized, sort of professions. Like, I want to become like one of the things I've always wanted to be like since a child was, what do you call it?
Ringing the bell outside
No,
of
the guy with the
grocery store?
fucking, I don't know, I'm dusting off bones.
Oh, you're...
I'm dusting off bones.
You're an archaeologist?
I'm an archaeologist. I was wanting to be an archaeologist, like as a kid. You know, I was just like, who the fuck doesn't want to go discover dinosaur bones? You'd be like, hey, I got something over here.
No,
it's a
oh my
tooth that's
God.
the size of my knee.
Dude, the other day, we were in bed. It was dark. We were like getting ready to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And you like lean over and you're like, oh my God, look at this. This is so cool. And it was a fucking...
It was footprints.
No, and it was an archaeologist, but he was crouched down and he was like doing his little dusting thing.
He
and
was
some
dusting-
some footprints, but the footprint was like 3
As
times
big as
the
a
size.
fucking Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah, it was like so
Yeah.
much bigger than he was.
And he's sitting
a
there like
grown
with this
man.
little brush, dusting it off.
I know.
But archaeology, I'm bringing it up because like archaeology is one of those things where like in Ask Reddit, I think somebody asked a question about like what's like one of the professions out there that is such a romantic profession that everybody wants to do, but then the actual job fucking kind of stinks.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And archaeology is one of them because
yeah, you're like stuck in the desert, you know.
cataloging
Yeah.
or fucking doing like
You got to stay in a fucking tent.
like very few archaeologists are in the roped off doing the
Right.
deed. A lot of them are the ones carrying the trays and
Yeah.
doing all this fucking shit that they don't want to do, right? And figuring out what bone goes to what bone. I guess that's the fun part. But anyway, fucking yeah. So
Dinosaurs, man.
yeah, come on, who didn't love those?
So cool.
Sam Neill died. He was a dinosaur.
I saw this really great archaeology article where they said that they had sampled and tested some layers that were inside of a cave. They were inside of a cave system. Okay, listen.
Yes.
They found human footprints. They found child human footprints, and then they found a dog footprints.
Yeah.
In this cave system.
Yeah,
that
that's so
they
neat.
dated for fucking, I don't even know how long ago. I have no concept of time, but ancient peoples. Okay.
Couple hours. Yeah.
Super ancient peoples.
Yeah.
Where it was like adults, children, and a dog that trotted along with them inside
Yeah.
the cave, and they said that they held. And they could tell from the sediment and of the smoke, they tested it, but that they had gathered pine needles, that these like ancient people had gathered pine needles and bind them together and then lit the pine needles, and pine needles will burn really, really slowly. So they used pine needle torches. And they knew that exactly what kind of pine was growing at that time that they could have harvested for these pine needles and turned into pine needle torches.
It's all this crazy shit.
You know
dude.
what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just really neat.
They just uncovered, like in Denmark, I think it was. They just uncovered an ancient textile factory or whatever, manufacturing.
Oh yeah, you said it was like
In like in the 16th century or something, medieval times. During the Viking era.
you said it was like massive. It was like the size of a city.
Massive, and they were just like doing was it flax?
Yeah, flax milling.
Flax milling. Yeah, it was like a big flax.
I mean,
milling
who discovered you could
textile factory?
Who discovered you can make
They didn't even have lights.
linen out of flax? There's this. There's a few.
Right.
There's a few content creators who were like trying to make videos of how you turn seeds into plants, into flax, into like all the different stages you have to go through before you can actually put it on the
So like something on a runway model.
to put it on the what is it called, the weaving. And you weave it into fabric,
Yeah.
and then you sew it into a shirt. And then she wanted to make her own. She wanted to grow her own linen shirt from seeds. It took like
It's like that guy who
4 years.
the guy who made the burger.
Yeah, he
And
made the
he
burger.
made everything on like he grew
Every
everything.
component of the
It
burger.
cost him $1,500, and it took him like the better part of a year.
Yeah, cows are expensive.
But he grew everything from scratch to make the one burger, and it cost him like $1,500.
That is an
I think.
extremely autistic activity.
Dude, right?
It's just like where there's a will, there's a way type shit.
Kylie DiCaprio said she go to the chat for a minute. First of all, the octopuses people are like. It was Quasar says the octopuses are so smart they lobbied successfully for the octopus farm band.
The octopuses, yes,
They're so smart. They were like, "We're taking this to Parliament. We'll see you in the Supreme Court, buddy." By the way, you want to go out for some calamari real quick? I'm kind of hungry.
They have their octopus lawyers.
Kind of DiCaprio said that Don's Plum would be in my top 5 films of all time.
Amazing.
Good Will Hunting, Blue Velvet. Oh,
Oh yeah, that's a fun one.
I've seen it. Blue Velvet is one of the rare ones that I've watched multiple times because I love it so much.
I used to randomly in my head, I used to be like, "Now it's dark." From Blue Velvet, just for some reason.
Really?
So stupid.
Don's Plum.
It's the only that's the only David Lynch movie I actually enjoyed. All the other ones I'm like, what the fuck? I want those hours back. Not a fan. I'm a fan of David Lynch, but Blue Velvet was the only film
I
of
love
his
Lynch.
I
I
enjoyed.
like, it was sort of like I learned how to watch a Lynch film. It was like, okay, I'm not here to be told anything that I cannot comprehend.
Oh, I know. It's like you go to a
I'm just
museum
gonna
and
be
you're
there.
like,
I'm gonna be affected by
you
it.
go to a museum and you're like, oh, so we're doing splatters. Okay, this is interesting. You
Right,
just
like
sort of
looking at a Pollock. You're just like standing there and be like, how does it make me feel?
I
Like that's
love.
kind of like my Lynchian.
I absolutely adore David Lynch as an artist, and everything he's ever said to anybody about artistry and the way his brain works, I've always just adored. But I can't watch his movies.
Octopuses are so smart. Don's Plum. Oh yeah, right. And then she said Basketball Diaries and Talented Mr. Ripley. I like all those movies.
I didn't see that last one.
Really,
I'd like
Jude
to.
Law.
No, I know. Isn't that the one with Philip Seymour Hoffman is a really
Yes,
fun
and
character in that one?
Yeah, and I think isn't Matt Damon in
Matt
that?
Damon's in it, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. I saw it. It was great. I liked it.
I never saw it because
it was
I wanted.
a Miramax movie.
I
Actually.
wanted to read the book first. It was just like this is a story of so many movies that I miss.
You know, Quasar said that Jimmy Kimmel's a narcoleptic.
Jimmy Kimmel is a narcoleptic.
Yeah, maybe I've never seen him pass out, and so maybe he's just miserable.
What a weird job for somebody who has that condition.
I hung out with that guy one night.
Is he nice?
I liked him a lot.
Was it like Man Show Jimmy Kimmel, or was
No,
it like
it was
like,
early Jimmy Kimmel's show. I had a friend who was on the show,
where he's like, I'm legitimate now?
so I went to the show with him,
Yeah.
and then Jimmy invited us all to on the lot. I don't know if he still has this, but on the lot behind the studio, he had a patio built with walls, open patio in the middle of the parking lot. And then
It's not very chic.
And then he had some like security outside the door of the patio.
Mm-hmm.
He was still with Sarah Silverman, and so we sat, just hung around and smoked a fucking bale full of weed after the show. We smoked a lot of fucking weed. I was very stoned,
Yeah, you were California sober.
but I liked him. He was really nice, and he'd never remember me, but we had a
But
nice
he didn't.
chat.
He wasn't a. He didn't do a narcoleptic.
No, and we were getting fucking
He didn't do
sauced.
a narcolism.
We were drinking, and I mean,
narcolep-
he was smoking. I don't remember if he was drinking or not.
I think that there's medications for that, so maybe he's medicated. Well,
I ran a sales room in Los Angeles in like early 2000s, and I had an employee who was narcoleptic, and it was at first it drove me crazy because I didn't know what was wrong with him.
oh, he
And
didn't
so
tell you.
I was running a sales crew, and so I would stand up and give him like sort of like a motivational speech, like go out there and get them, boys,
Oh my god!
And this
I
motherfucker,
cannot
I'd be in the
imagine
middle
it.
of the conversation, he'd be like, so check it out, right? I'd find out he's narcoleptic. I'm like, okay. He goes, so my wife at the time needed the car. So she goes and takes the car, and he was like, and we had to go somewhere. I can't remember what it was for a sales call or whatever. He was like, well, I'll drive. And I was like, he's like, no, it doesn't rarely ever bothers me when I drive. I was like, okay, well, I would imagine that has to be true. He had a kid, so he's driving his kid around in his car. So I'm like, it's cool, whatever, let's go. This motherfucker fell asleep on the fucking 101.
Oh my God.
Going fucking 80 miles an hour. I
Oh
shit
my
you
God.
not.
What did
More
you
than
do?
once. I was yelling at him. I was like, Mark, like screaming at him, dude, to get this motherfucker to wake up. He's on the 101, like nodding out like a heroin addict.
But he's not just falling asleep though. It's a condition.
He's
so,
going out, and I'm screaming at him.
Yes,
and he's
I know.
coming too.
He's coming too though.
Yes.
How do you get? I don't know.
I don't fucking know.
I don't know how it works. Like, can they be roused from sleep?
He did, thank God, twice at least.
So you're like grabbing the wheel.
I'm fucking
my-
shouting, and I didn't grab the wheel. That's a really bad idea. Because he wakes up, yanks it from me, and we're
Holy shit,
we're
bro.
doing fucking tumbles. It was the craziest. I never got in the car with him again. Obviously, I was like, first of all, your son should never drive with you.
Yeah,
ever.
well, he should never drive on the fucking freeway. Also, like,
Couldn't fucking believe it.
crazy.
Yeah, I'd give you his last name, but it'd be unethical. But it's
would-
just remembering everything about him right now.
Violate HIPAA.
Why? I'm not his doctor. Octopuses must be saved.
I love them. I collected 5 books about them because I'm so fascinated. I just haven't gotten into it yet. I've been reading books about Gary Ridgway. I'm on this like I want to learn about Gary Ridgway kick because he, if you guys don't know, if you're not like a sicko like me and you don't follow crime forensics psychology, serial killer shit, Gary Ridgway is America's most prolific serial killer, and he is on hospice now. He's in prison, but he's
dying soon.
Yeah, it's like his end of life.
He's on his final days.
And I was very interested in his case about him specifically because he has a really dramatic astrology chart, and I wanted to learn more about him.
Yes.
So I just finished one Gary Ridgway book, and there's 2 more that I want to read. And after the Ridgway books are done, after Gary Ridgway is done and he's departed, then I'm going to get on the octopuses, and then I'm going to tell you all about my octopus learnings.
Quasar said that they watched Fishing with John. Remember that show?
Yes, I love Fishing with John.
Fucking the best. Watched Fishing with Joe 20 years ago. I think we all did.
Fishing with John.
Fishing with John. Did you watch, like, was it a VHS tapes that you watched? Because that's what I watched.
No, I just would catch it on, I can't even remember, but
I borrowed somebody's stack of VHS tapes. They were like the OG tapes too.
I didn't have friends cool enough to have any of those. I think I saw it on the internet. Was the first time
maybe it was DVDs. I think it was VHS.
I think I learned about Fishing with John on the internet. That's so cool that they had fucking VHS.
So there was an episode where the dolphins reached the boat, and the narrator says the dolphins know that he doesn't know that they know that he has cancer. It's so true. Remember that fucking woman who could smell cancer?
Yes.
Dogs can smell cancer, they say.
Yeah, I don't know that every dog knows how to smell cancer. I think they smell, but they don't know what they're smelling. But dogs can smell cancer.
Let me see. Obscure is asking if I saw the questions before. Let me see. Obscure. I'll go back. Let me see. Obscure. Why is it bad to do comedy in Saudi Arabia? Is that the question? Because it's not. It's not. The Saudi Arabian people deserve comedy. It's about the royals. It's about doing.
Yes.
This was a comedy for the royals.
It was a very exclusive gig.
It was a very exclusive
for
gig
a very exclusive audience
by some of the most corrupt people in the world.
Yeah.
And look, I mean, we sit here and cheer when people don't play for Donald Trump. We're like, yes, say no. Like, people here openly won't play for Donald Trump.
No, I know, but if you know anything about American dark money, like political influence, and the systems of entertainment being a laundering venue for dark money to enter American politics and everything else that's fucking dark and dreary that's ruining this country, then you know that an event like that would be a way to launder a shit ton of money through to a bunch of people who are making the decisions about entertainment, and then it goes
millions of dollars into actors' hands.
Yeah, it's just basically like an oligarchy trade, you know?
I mean, it's supposed to come back to you if you're.
It's not that the Saudi Arabian people don't deserve a comedy show with American comedians. It's just if that's what it was, I don't think people would have a problem with it.
Obscure Claire said, "Did the controversy of Don's Plum ever become resolved? If you don't mind me asking." Also, in the interview, you said Leo got mad and said he wanted to chop off your head. Do you think he meant it? Well, I mean, I think he didn't mean. I don't think he was going to pull out. I don't think he was looking for something sharp enough.
He said, "I'm Braveheart, motherfucker. I chop heads."
Yeah, he was speaking metaphorically, and he did decapitate my career. He did decapitate my reputation. He did decapitate all of my relationships. No, we've never resolved that situation to my satisfaction or even remote satisfaction. If you get a chance, look, you can sign up for a free trial of Kindle Unlimited and read the book behind me for free. You can also buy it for $5 on.
What's it called?
I forget. Too Real a Hollywood Memoir. But you can read it for free, or you can buy it for $5 on. I'm trying to make it cheap enough without and keep the lights on at the same time. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you can read it for free right now, and you'll enjoy it. I wrote it for people who enjoyed or appreciate Don's Plum. Ultimately, that's who I wrote the book for. I wrote the book, on a higher level, on the sort of highest level. I wrote a book to right wrongs and to refute, the myths behind the legend of Don's Plum and DiCaprio and McGuire, and they were fucking awful, and they destroyed people's lives, and they did so relentlessly and unapologetically, and they continue to do it, and it's that they continue to do it that provoked me to write this book in the first place. All right, guys, you guys are fucking. It's so good to see you. I've had such a great time.
It's great to be back.
I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with us. We're back on Monday. We're going to be here every Monday and Thursday. Also, if you keep your notifications on, We are going to be pumping some videos out from this live, and there'll be fun little clips and stuff. And yeah, I mean, if you watch and share and do all that stuff to help us grow the channel, we'll obviously be forever grateful. But we're grateful just to have your company. But yeah, check out some of those videos as they come out if you're interested. You got anything else you want to say?
No, I just I had a really nice time on the inaugural episode of the Dale Wheatley Show.
It's not the Dale Wheatley Show.
It can be the Dale Wheatley Show.
But it's not the Dale. It's the Dale and Angela Show.
It's the Dale Wheatley Show.
No, I'm telling you. You gotta stop.